Hello, I'm Alexis. I hope you're having a good day so far. Today I'm going to be planning the month of May, but with an extra focus on my creative passions and hobbies. I want to show you how I use a mix of my physical planner, my rings planner, and then also digital planning using mostly Notion and also Google Calendar at times for certain things. So this is my rings planner that I've been using. I mostly use it for my job and creative tasks, kind of everything rolled up into one. So far it's been working okay, but I do plan on making this just a creative planner. And I also printed some new trackers that I'm going to be adding to the planner as well that we can add together. I definitely encourage you to plan with me. I love doing that when I watch other planning videos. And with that, let's just jump right into it. Okay, so here is my planner. I haven't changed too much of it since I started using it. I did just add a couple of things actually that I'll show you. So I've been using my planner for both creative planning and personal planning. I'm really still trying to figure out what exactly I want to do with this planner, how I want to fit it into my routine. But one thing I've been wanting to do is get more fun with it, get more creative with my planner like I've seen on Pinterest or here on YouTube. So I did find this little Glossier card that I had gotten in the mail probably years ago when I purchased an order online. And I just hole punched that and added it to my planner. And then I also have this cute little card that I got from a stationery craft store. They're just cute little mementos that I wanted to keep in here, as well as this card I got from work. And I don't know, all these things just remind me that planning can be fun. And also this card just reminds me that it really pays to be friendly. That's essentially why I received this. So I like to have that as a good reminder that I'm doing a great job. Sometimes it doesn't feel that way, you know, we can get stressed at work, but in the long run, it's good. Alright, so everything else is essentially the same. I have the exact same little dashboards. My new filofax pages though, I did just add this to my April planning and I'm excited to use it for the rest of the year. And then I do have it marked on the first week of May, so we'll get to this in a little bit. I also have the first month of May kind of done a little bit. I've just been really adding as I go. But one thing that I didn't do in April that I have done in previous months is adding trackers. So these two trackers I got on Etsy. One is a builds tracker and the other one is just a habit tracker, just a regular kind. I really want to get back into routines of my hobbies and also just things that I have to do day to day. Hopefully writing them down will help me not forget them. And I do think it's extremely important to keep track of your bills as well, which I didn't do in April and I really should have, so I'm gonna start it in May again. And then these are essentially, well, before I would treat them as like a monthly dashboard, but I do have my little collages as my dashboards. So these are from Sleepy Notes Club on YouTube. And I've seen the way she uses them, so I was really just trying to figure out how do I use them. I appreciate that she's added this inbox and goals page so you can keep track of everything you have to do that month. So I'm really just trying to figure out how exactly I want to use these. I've even seen that she's printed like 3 different copies of the same month, and then we'll use each one as a new tracker. So that's something to keep in mind. So I'm gonna keep these trackers kind of at the front. I think I want them kind of separated from all of my weekly and monthly planning. So I have this random note paper if I just need to take notes. So I'm gonna put them here. Okay, I decided to keep the habit tracker at the top since I'll probably be referencing those a lot more than the bills tracker. So I'm gonna be adding these cards right in front of my May planner. Alright, so I decided for now I'm just going to fill in the dates for the month, and then I'll come back to it and figure out what I want this to be later on. And I also decided I want to switch to my mini fountain pen to start using now with this planner. I had this ballpoint pen, which is great because it does have an eraser, but this is just so much cuter. I'll also be coming back to the inbox later. I do want to figure out how I should be using that or what will work for me in a way to use this. But I do know what goals I have for this month, at least some of them that I can think of right now. So let's fill that in. And again, this is more of an emphasis on creative goals. I see my creative goals, my creative passions, leaning more towards career in the future. That's what I want them to be. I would love to have a creative career. So that's why I put a lot of emphasis on planning them and making sure that I have enough time in the day for those passions rather than just working my day job all the time. So I'm a big reader and I've honestly been slacking on it for a while, but I did just get Lena Dunham's new book, Famesick, so I definitely want to finish that this month. I also want to read one more book this month other than Famesick. Which book? I'm not sure yet. I want to spend at least 2 days of each week dedicated to just screenwriting. I want to have 4 Substack posts done by the end of the month for my new Substack publication. That's one of my biggest creative pursuits this month that I'm delving into. And I want to make sure I'm not stressing when June comes to launch it, that I already have at least a month's work of posts to put up so I don't have to worry about that. And one of my big goals is also to work more in public spaces. I am pretty much home all the time unless I'm at work, so I do want to have more intentional outdoors time. That can be at a cafe, in a library, at Barnes and Noble. I love Barnes and Noble, so I'll try to find a way to get there. But I do just want to make sure that I am more intentional about not being inside all the time. That's all I can really think of right now that I want to work on. Okay, so let's get into the trackers, at least just this habit tracker. I'll honestly fill out my bills tracker, not on camera probably. I gotta look into everything that I pay for. Okay, so if that last page was just for my overall goals, this is more for keeping track of those goals daily. Okay, this is what I have so far. So pretty much daily, or at least most days, I want to be reading, screenwriting, journaling, planning, doing a Bible study, and working on my Substack. And then weekly, I have my hair oiling routine, a face mask, and teeth whitening. It's May 4th and I've already done some of these things, so I'm just gonna check them off now. I do obviously need to work on my Bible study, only one day so far, but it will get better in time, and this is such a good way to see that progression if I really do discipline myself to do that. All right, so as you can see, I've already started planning May. My job does give me my schedule every week, so I just add it as I go so I don't forget. So my birthday is in May. I did write it here, and I did get the day off, which is good. So I'm still figuring out what I want to do, but honestly, it's a little bit hard to decide what I want to do. It's Mother's Day that week, and then the next week, my friend is graduating college, so it just feels like there's a lot to do and a lot of priority for other people, if I can be honest. So I'm thinking of just maybe a simple breakfast or lunch with my friends. So I just highlighted the most important things I have going on this month that are not work related or creative related. I still do want to make this a creative planner. It's honestly hard because there's not a whole lot of room to work with here. So I think since I already started putting my work schedule, I'll just keep it like this for May. And then for June through August, I want to really try to not put my work schedule in here, not put these meetings with anybody in here, just have this be a creative planner. And I think I'm going to be doing all of the more personal related tasks on Notion and Google Calendar. So now that I kind of know at least what the next week is going to look like and a little bit of the rest of the month, I'm going to go back to the weekly pages. Oh, and then I'm just going to start on my weekly planning for this week. All right, so I am keeping the left side of each page as work schedule or just important tasks I can't get out of. And I like to do my month first, that way I can just keep swapping back and forth to referencing what I already wrote down there. I work a part-time job that allows me to pick up shifts, so I do like to have these little columns on the side, so if I do pick it up, I have somewhere to write it down so I don't forget. But again, I do want to one day not have my work schedule on here because it just gets confusing and I don't have enough room to write the other tasks I want to do sometimes. So this is what I have planned for this week. Yesterday was Sunday and I did go see The Devil Wears Prada, which it already is in the past, but I guess I'll just write it down just to remind myself of what I did. So this is the consequence of using a fountain pen while planning. It's so cute and writes really well, but I don't know. I don't know if I can handle this when I'm planning elsewhere. Okay, anyways, I am going to add a couple of stickers to this. So I know I want to look at these ones here. These have cute little quotes. Alright, so there's some little stickers just to add some flair, make it feel more cute, more like spring. I'm just going to add this little bookmark back to this page. This was given to me by a friend, actually. Both of these were, which is very helpful because sometimes the week isn't, on its own tab like the months are. So I just can have these to know exactly where I'm at. And with that, the planner is done, at least for now. I do have to do the bills tracker, and I'll keep adding, what I need to add on the habit trackers and all of that. But for now, I'm going to be getting into the digital planning now, how I use those systems to help me with this one. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing my screen with you and showing you what I have on Notion and Google Calendar as well. Okay, so this is the Notion dashboard I have for my Substack. It is Morning Bloom magazine, which is a work in progress. I'm in the developmental stages of it. And this is what I'm using right now to keep track of my ideas, of my content pillars, to make sure every post has one of these things mentioned, my planning and posting schedule, and then I have my content planning here, which I still have to work on once I get the new posts up. This is what I had from my previous Substack. It is still the same publication, I'm just kind of revamping it. So I'm actually gonna show you what it looks like right now. Again, it's a work in progress. It's usually called Alexis in progress. That's what this was all put under. But I decided to change it to digital magazine in progress for right now, just so people know what's happening, when I post. I'm not posting an actual article or essay like this for now, not until I'm ready to launch. I'm just focusing on Substack notes for that. And yeah, this is what I have so far. It went back to the very basic bones. So back to the Substack hub. Right now, I mostly just want to work on adding my post ideas, because right now they're in a mix of my notes app and also this notebook I keep. This is just a regular moleskin notebook, and let's see, I have like a page that just says ideas somewhere. So pretty much this journal is just for like rapid planning, if I just need to jot down an idea, or this is like the first step of the writing process for me. I'll do like a rough draft on here, maybe even just bullet point things, and then start writing it on Substack after, or actually Google Docs first is typically what I do, and then Substack. This is where I'm also planning the entire revamp. I just need a quick way to write down any ideas I have, and then I'll transport that digitally like I'm gonna do here. That way I have more of a solid concrete idea of what it is. That's kind of what I did with the planning and posting schedule and the content pillars. These were like ideas that I had in my notebook, and then I turned it into just the digital version that I won't change. All right, so my posts are all done, at least just the ideas that I have for them, and then I'll figure out how to turn those into the full articles. And since this is going to be more like an actual magazine, or like a digital magazine but formatted the way a magazine would be, I do want to have a section under my ideas, little toggles, for what the actual layout is going to look like, or at least read like I want to section it off right here on Notion, so that way I know that every post needs to have these specific sections. I think that's what I'll call it. So I'm just gonna call this the Sunday/Monday issue. If you can see here also on the schedule, I have Sunday or Monday. I'm still figuring out which day I want to post. My idea is that I want to post it on the morning of one of these days and have it be like a good start to your week before you get on your phone, before you start thinking about work and all the tasks you have to do. You can slow down, focus on one little area of growth. So the Sunday and Monday issue, I do want to do research this week, which I wrote in the planner for other magazines, how they section them off. So I know I want to have the main topic, which based on my content pillars is either going to be slow growth, productivity, joy in the little things, soft ambition. So that's what like the main issue is going to be. So I think I'm just going to write main topic for now. I'll keep it super simple, the main topic, and then I'll do essentially everything that I have down there. It is 6 p.m. so the sun is going down and it's like going in and out of my room. Sorry if that's distracting. It might be fun to do a breakfast idea section since I do want this to be ideally read in the morning. Because I do have like, I love baking as well, so like I want to put different coffee recipes I have, muffin recipes, different things like that. And that could either be like joy, a section of the issue, or I could have it be an entirely separate section where I have some sort of breakfast idea. I'm gonna keep it like that for now. And then lastly, I know I wanna have some sort of analog break. So that would be like a printable, just printable worksheets. There'll be a variety of things, but I know I at least want to give my readers something to do that isn't digital, to slow their mornings down, take it one step at a time, you know? So that's what I'll have for now. I definitely know the main topic and analog break is going to stay. I'm not sure if I want the breakfast idea to be a part of the main topic sometimes, or just always have it there. But that'll be for another time. I do want to show you my regular dashboard, Alexis's Notion dashboard. I don't have my Substack hub in an entirely separate page. I do keep it in my dashboard, and I'm just realizing I still have this on here. Fall is here. It's not here. Spring is here, so I'll just change that for now. So on the side here are all the categories I'm typically using Notion for. Sometimes I'll make like an extra one, but usually I just open my dashboard. I have it saved up here actually, and it just automatically brings me here. That's pretty much where I keep everything I need. So I have my Substack hub here, screenwriting ideas. I have the various TV or feature films I'm working on. And that's why I have to put screenwriting on my planner, because I've been neglecting it for months. But I do want to get back into it. So yeah, I have it here so I can always reference it. And then I made a little playlist that I embedded here. This just has music that feels like soft and daydreamy, so it puts me in a relaxing mood, and some photos that inspire me as well. And then what I'm currently reading, just started Famesick, and I did take a pause on I Who Have Never Known Men because I got Famesick. So I'll get back to that after I'm done. I think I want to change this background real fast. I don't love it, and it does feel very fall. Ooh, actually everything is very fall. Okay, let's just make it spring real fast. Okay, my screen recording did not save most of that, but I just changed the background, the photo, and I'm in the process of changing the icons to all be pink. Okay, so that does look a little bit more spring. I'm gonna keep these photos for now. I'm not an expert at Notion at all. This is very basic stuff, but this is what I need. That's all I need. So that's what I have for my Notion and my Substack hub. Now a couple of things that I put on the planner, on my rings planner, I'm going to add to my Google Calendar. So I haven't been using Google Calendar that long. I usually use the Apple Calendar, but I really just like seeing what people do on the Google Calendar, so I decided to switch. I really just need this for the reminders and the notifications it gives, because I do like to have my planner, but there are days where I don't take it with me, or sometimes I don't take it to work, so I do want to make sure that the important things I have to do, like especially more like appointment based or bills based, I want to make sure that I have a reminder for those, which is why I like digital for that. So I did already put quite a bit of the things that I wrote down. Let's see. Okay, let me open my planner and see what I need to add. Okay, so I do need to add my dinner with Raquel on the 6th. We don't have a time yet, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. Again, I'm not super well versed in these things. I just know the basics. I do want to like make it super cute one day, but right now I just need things to be saved. So that's done. Dinner with Raquel. I'm not gonna put my work schedule in here because it's already written down. But what else do I need to put? Today I have dinner with Natalia. Ooh, a lot of friendship hangouts this week. I love that. We are going to Olive Garden. I'm very excited. Okay. We do have a time for this. That's gonna be 8 p.m. Okay. I believe that's it for Google Calendar. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a really great planning session for this month. Don't forget to make planning fun. It doesn't have to be just schedules and time blocks. Like add stickers or make it cute, or don't forget to block in also your creative hobbies, your creative passions, just anything that you want to do outside of work. And it would really mean so much to me if you liked this video and subscribed. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a really good rest of your week.